Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Shy Talk podcast show. Mark and Ken.
What's the crack?
On episode 166 of the Shy Talk podcast show.
Yeah.
Sitting on
500 off 666.
I was about to say there, I'm sitting on my newly created podcast desk, Ken.
Wow.
No longer doing it in my bed.
There you go, you have to get up.
I had to get up. I had to put on clothes. I'm no longer doing the podcast naked. Fully dressed
really
and behind the desk. Well, I can take them off now without her hair. I'm pretty sure our listeners won't mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won't even notice.
Maybe they will now. They'll listen back and say, he definitely sounds different now that he has clothes on.
He sounds naked.
There was one person I picked up now. He sounds naked. There's a subtle way people talk when they're naked. And they are doing that right now. Or at least one of them is.
Yeah, it'd be funny. There probably is somebody out there that could tell you that.
Yeah, there probably is. And they could get a job in, like, I think Sennheiser or some headphone company who want to test how things sounds.
Yeah, we could come up with something.
We find a job for them because, like, looking through our stories, people with really good sense of smell could actually be earning quite a bit of money.
Yeah, my sense of smell is fucked.
Yeah, well, I imagine for that job that people who prefer their house to smell like KFC probably isn't the target employee that are looking for, Ken. So I think you might be out of that criteria straight off.
Maybe,
yeah, they'll probably go, do you like the smell of your house smell like KFC? Yes. You no longer have this job.
Hey, you're fired.
Yeah, but in fairness, finding stories this week were a bit hard because, well, one, I did them on Wednesday, was when we recorded the podcast. So it's now election time in the US. So that's pretty much what everybody has been talking about for the last few days. So you had to scroll so much past all the US election shit.
Yeah, it's really tough. I started yesterday.
Yeah, and did you run into much stories about the election then?
Yeah, it was just, everything was just preparing for the election, and it was really tough to find anything.
Like, generally sites that we go off are either UK-based, Irish-based, or I don't think any of the sites that I get any of my stuff off is a US news or topical piece. It's all from the UK or Ireland is where we get from. So that's how polarizing the US election is that it generate that much media covers around the world.
Yeah.
Even today, I woke up and Facebook, RTE Facebook, were streaming the election coverage live on Facebook.
Yeah, it's mad, because I can understand, obviously Ireland and England, the opposite election, the Irish election is always big in England and the English election is always big in Ireland. But America is just everywhere. I
don't know if the UK pays much attention. I think Sky News will cover it because they have an audience in the UK. But I don't think likes of Union Lads Bible or Vice go, well, Ireland has elected Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael after this is...
Oh yeah, just main media outlets.
Yeah, we'll cover I think the Irish election will get a passing mention in the UK. But in obviously Ireland will cover quite closely. They even stream what happens in Westminster live. That gets live coverage on RTE, Facebook page. So they'll stream what's happening in Westminster live as they're debating stuff. That's how closely Irish will follow the UK stuff. I don't think you get something similar in the UK though.
Yeah, it's mad.
Oh yeah, it is mad. So we done our best to avoid any election stories today. But
I think we did well.
We did well, but we have ran into another problem. Is that we've just basically got the same stories pretty much. One of the stories that I found that Ken didn't find It was on Oreos, and they have a way of making sure if a rocket, or a meteor or a comet, anything hits the Earth and there are survivors, that they'll be able to enjoy delicious Oreos. So we'll be talking about that later on in the show. Burger King has endorsed McDonald's, and if you want further proof that the world has gone insane, there you go, right there. And like I said before, it's a job that Ken probably won't get. But like, if you want to smell candles, and you like the sound of 24,000 a year, well, don't I got a job for you, because a wax company is offering one lucky participant to take up the role of their chief candle smeller, where they'll pay you £24,000 a year. So that 24, like, it's like for smelling candles, that's a pretty good salary to get. Like
like, how long a week and stuff do you have to do it for? Like, sure, like, that's,
I imagine
you're getting free money.
I imagine, okay, well, we'll get into it. Anyway, I don't want to go into too much. Like, it's a very short story, Ken. Then we have Idiot of the Week again, with a doctor this time. And increasingly, it's people in professional science and doctors that are managing to find their way onto Idiots of the Week. And this doctor bought a magic lamp and is now on Idiots of the Week.
Yeah.
So he came across a magic lamp. I came across a bucket list that I made when I was about 16. I had to do it in school as part of one of these like class projects where we all had to write a bucket list. And he said to us, keep it on you and see how many things you've ticked off the list as you go. And like, it's just good as a keepsake. I found mine. I came across it. I'm amazed that spelling wasn't on my bucket list, like improved spelling, because I'll go through some of it later on in the show. But we'll be talking about, because I'm approaching my 30th birthday.
Dun dun dun.
The air's getting tight in here. So obviously come across this is nearly 15 years today that I made the bucket list. So it was interesting to look back and see what my goals were when I was at that age, and how much the things I wanted to accomplish. But also made me look into the future. Go, what like in the next 15 years would I have liked to, or by the time I'm 50, would I have liked to have like achieved or done? Like, so I was contemplating making a new bucket list, but I was given the idea of writing a list of 30 things that I should do while I'm 30. So within a year of me being 30, things I have to do. So Ken has passed that milestone, so he's going to talk about things like that he thinks everyone should have done before or while they're 30. So like things you need to have ticked off this list and that are important. So like we're going to be talking about this, and this is something that like people, well, like we can revisit this. So people, if they're listening, they're like, oh my God, that's a really good idea. I'm turning 30 soon. I'm going to make this list. Send us in your suggestions, and we'll even post them up on like our Facebook page, or we'll do something with them. Anyway, we'll give you a shout out, or we might even revisit it, because it is something that obviously it's going to be playing quite high on. I'll go through what my list is as well. I haven't completed it yet. It's still like I just seen that I just at back of my bucket list I just have a smiley face with a mustache. Okay. I'll go through what my list is. I only have like I think 15 or 16 things in it. I won't go through all 15 or 16. I'll just take like a snapshot of things that I've put down on it. And maybe some people are like, oh yeah, well I haven't done that. I'd like to do that as well. Or maybe there's like a skill that people think I should learn. So we'll be talking about that later on in the show for our topic piece as well.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this bucket list.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, the most horrendous thing on it is the spelling and or grammar. So like, I was gonna post it on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page. It's gonna put up as a kind of a story of a bucket list thing, and like promote the podcast as well. This is like so bad. This is like really, really bad. Like grammar in it. Like I'm not putting this up. Yeah, so like, we'll get on to it anyway. So one of the things that I did find, one of the stories we will go back to now, is the Oreo story, and this all started because of like a tweet by a girl called Olivia Gordon, and she asked like the all important question, like, if a comet or rock or like asteroid hits the Earth, what will happen to Oreos? Who will save the Oreos? Now she was referring,
like that's a must need.
yeah, like I love where her priorities lie. She loves Oreos, and obviously she wants her favorite foods protected. But like, okay, a comet hitting the Earth or an asteroid hitting the Earth. What's the difference between a comet and an asteroid?
I think an asteroid is like bigger, like massive.
Okay, let's say asteroid. Let's say, and she manages to survive catastrophe. Her first priority is of like, what about the Oreos? Not her family, not the like survival of humanity, not how to find safe drinking water. Is how will I continue to eat Oreos?
Yeah, like there's more important things there. Like, what about McDonald's?
what about McDonald's?
Yeah.
So, do you think McDonald's should now follow suit and preserve a Big Mac?
Yeah. Why not?
Why
Or
not?
just like, yeah.
No,
That could work.
she was actually referring to an actual asteroid. It's called 2018 VP1, which actually zipped past Earth on the 2nd of November, which like obviously was Tuesday, Monday. It was Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah. So that obviously was probably meant to hit Earth, or had the possibility of hitting Earth, and obviously it didn't. Changed slightly direction and zip past it. And in fact, I imagine that scientists or astrophysicists gave the sexy term of 2018 VP1 was it was probably spotted in 2018, meaning that to get plenty of warning before these things actually come close to Earth.
Oh yeah, there's one that they've spotted that like is gonna come at us in like 30 years or something.
Yeah, so like they're well prepared. They'll be like, okay, we're gonna meet it here with a giant like bomb or
Yeah,
nuke,
like
and we'll just nuke it.
they know what's going on.
Yeah.
They know what the crack is.
I imagine nuking it could cause like a lot of little asteroids.
I imagine nuking it would be a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, like we all have to follow Futurama's like tactics here and get like a giant ball of like litter and just like nudge it away.
Not go like Armageddon now and send Bruce Willis.
Send
with a
Bruce.
bomb.
Yeah, well, surely that would do the same thing of like nuking it.
Well, yeah, but it mightn't be as bad. Maybe. I don't know.
We're definitely not the people that should be advising the world's governments on how to deal with an asteroid coming towards Earth. Since one of us, until 3 minutes ago, didn't know the difference between a comet and an asteroid.
Oh well, neither of us still do. Like that's just I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, there's an astrophysicist out there going, I'm not an astrophysicist, and that's not the difference. You're wrong on two accounts.
Yeah.
So the people at Oreo read this tweet and gone, do you know what? Your one Olivia has a point there. What will happen to the fate of the cookies or our beloved cookie if a comet hits? So they learned about a seed vault in Norway. Now I've talked about this seed vault before. This seed vault is there in case there's any plight on the world's seeds and there's a deadly disease that wipes through the crops around the world and all seeds are destroyed or damaged. We have an emergency container in Norway that is set at a certain temperature so that the seeds actually don't go off and that the world's seeds are secured. And I think maple syrup, Canada has a vault for securing the safety of maple syrup and making sure that like if like maple syrup catastrophe ever happens, that they have sufficient amount of supply for maple syrup.
And there's a vault in the States with like music and movies and stuff, important music and movies.
People have done this thing before. Now, Oreo, in fairness to them, acted very, very fast. So after a few days after learning,
And so Oreo's reaction to this was, "Oh shit! Yeah, what happens? Fuck,
Yeah.
let's react."
yeah, let's react. And within a few days, they flew to Norway, built a vault. Like I said, they built this vault in a few days, and packed it with Oreos as well as powdered milk, so that if, like, obviously, if the Oreos are there, they want people to be able to enjoy the Oreos way their creator wanted it, which is with a glass of milk. So they made sure that there also was powdered milk. They couldn't have liquid milk because it'd probably go off pretty quickly. So you imagine, like, oh, great, Oreos are saved. They've made the vault very, very close to the seed vault, so people will be able to find it quite handily. Once they find their seed, to go, okay, let's scroll down the road and go get our Oreos as well. Now, the creators of the vault says they're not too sure whether or not it will actually 100% keep the Oreos, and that people in a few decades' time won't open the vault to a load of decades old, gone off Oreos. But they've thought of that, and they've also left in the vault a recipe on how to make Oreos.
Like, what's to stop somebody breaking into that and just taking the recipe for Oreos so they can make them at home?
I imagine you could probably get it on the internet. Imagine if you search Oreo recipe, you imagine you'll come across something like
but maybe not, because, like, look at Coca-Cola. They have a secret ingredient that nobody knows.
Yeah, they do actually. But I don't know if Oreos do have a secret ingredient, and, like, by law you have to have all your ingredients on the packaging so people know if it contains nuts or if it contains certain amount of things, or if it has and that might be allergic reaction to people. People need to know what's in the foods. So imagine Oreo has their ingredients on the package.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so like I said, the vault is now rushed, so it mightn't actually preserve it. It might be a whole waste of time, but it has been pretty good publicity for them. And if it all fails, at least they have the recipe so that people would actually be able to just make it themselves, which, like, we can argue over the fact that if people actually can. But got me thinking about, like, what kind of, like, what biscuits would you preserve? Like, I was thinking about this, and I'm not gonna, like, people should really get on to preserving a bourbon.
No.
What?
The biscuit, like?
Yeah.
No.
No bourbon biscuit?
No, fuck that.
What biscuit do you think should be preserved?
There's 3, maybe 4 biscuits. Right. So you've got the chocolate digestive.
Classic, yeah.
Actually, there's 5, right? So you have the chocolate digestive, you have a fig roll.
Okay, I'm not going to say no to a fig roll, but, like, really?
Yeah, fig roll, caramel digestive.
Okay.
Mikado.
Yes, I was going to say Mikado. Definitely Mikado. Mikado, yeah. and bourbon would be on my biscuit vault.
And you're going to disagree with my last one, but I don't care. Chocolate polo.
Chocolate? What the fuck is a chocolate polo?
It's like a coconut biscuit.
Like, I can't believe you have 2 types of digestive, but don't have custard cream.
Yeah, fuck custard cream. No. You want caramel digestives and you want normal digestives.
Yeah, what about, like, a plain digestive?
Nah, too dry.
Or what are the ones that you put butter on sometimes? The rich tea.
Rich tea, yeah, nah.
People have lost their life over rich tea biscuits, Ken.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, people are weird.
Like, don't underestimate the power of a rich tea biscuit. You wouldn't be a big fan?
Wouldn't be a fan of rich tea biscuits.
I wouldn't be a fan of rich tea biscuits. Know a biscuit that actually would not need a vault of any kind in case, like, a meteor or a comet or an asteroid hit the Earth?
What?
Ginger nut. Ginger nut would survive everything.
Yeah, ginger nuts are. Well, I used to like them as a kid, like they're okay.
They're okay, but like they would definitely not. They would survive a direct nuclear bomb hitting them.
Yeah.
In the world of like dipping biscuits into tea and coffee, ginger nut wins out. You could hold that for 3 hours. That tea will go cold before that biscuit will go soft.
Yeah, like it's probably the best dipping biscuit.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the biscuit to go. That's the idea of dipping in, is that like it gives it like its integrity does go.
Like my favorite dipping biscuit is the old chocolate digestive.
Yeah, I'll get behind that because that does go soft, but like very rarely will it actually flip and fall into it. Custard creams now, they are a little more brittle.
Oh, I've got another thing for you. I don't know if you've ever done this. Do you ever get a Twix?
Oh yeah. I know what you're not talking,
Yeah.
but yeah, my favorite thing to do with that is actually twirl, because twirls just melt all the way through, and it's just melts in your mouth, the chocolate after that. Twirl is far better than Twix. Twix, like you probably can do a longer with a Twix because caramel will kind of stay more solid. But like for just pure melt in your mouthness, twirl is the way to go.
I'll have to check it out with a twirl.
Yeah. We used to always do them with penguin bars, and we used to just buy either ends of the penguins bars and do it that way. Penguin bar is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's we'll just have like there should just be junk food involved. Basically, is what we're saying. Oreo should like leave a few more shelves for other people's favorite biscuits and stop being a selfish cunt.
No.
Why can't bourbons be survived?
No, you don't need bourbons. Bourbons aren't an iconic biscuit.
They are an iconic biscuit.
I don't know.
Because like I know people who are obsessed with bourbons. But like they're in any biscuit that's in a pack of biscuits is iconic biscuit.
We established in our group chat the other day, Mark, that you use no oddballs.
Yeah, that is actually true. So yeah, I guess my opinion can't be trusted. One person's opinion that probably should be trusted is Burger King UK.
Yeah,
and this is a story that we both came across in our research for content of our show, and it kind of got me thinking. I know I don't want to keep talking about the US election, but in the US election, right, there are states that are boarding up windows, and the US is primed for riots no matter who wins. If Biden wins or Trump wins, the US is preparing for upheaval.
Yeah.
So I'm like, obviously the Democrats and Republicans, rivals for decades, foundation of the state, they've been rival parties, constantly clashing over like different policies and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Other rivals, like in a different industry, are McDonald's and Burger King. And if Burger King can, like, in this mad time that we live in, can offer this kind words to its customers, maybe people of America should be looking at Burger King and taking a leaf out of their book when it comes to the US election, because they've recently sent out a tweet. This is part of their Burger King UK. The UK have recently went into lockdown. It means everything is shut, and no only takeaway for fast foods. I think it only can be delivered. You can't eat it outside, and pretty much the whole country's gone, like I said, into lockdown. This is the most severe lockdown since March in the UK. A lot of businesses are going to be under a lot of pressure. So people of Burger King UK send out a tweet encouraging its fan base on Twitter to not only buy and enjoy deliveries from Burger King, but also enjoy from other rival fast food chains like McDonald's and Pizza Hut, in order to save the fast food industry as a whole.
That is like isn't that mental?
If you want further proof that the world's gone absolutely mad, like, when did you ever think Burger King would be sending out a tweet, please eat McDonald's, we need to save McDonald's?
Did you see the actual ad for it?
Yeah, like the ad, it was quite nice.
Like, yeah, but like the top, like the main part of the ad is eat at McDonald's.
Yeah, like enjoy McDonald's foods, but a number of jobs rely on fast food industry, and so it's basically getting going on. Like, so what we want you to continue enjoying your fast food treats in order to like protect staff. And then they did have like a cheeky little kind of jab at McDonald's. They're saying, we know Whopper is the best, but like Big Mac is not that such bad either. Not that bad either.
Yeah, like I have a photo. I might post it on the Facebook page later. A photo of like the actual Twitter thing.
Yeah.
And it has it has the Burger King logo at the top, and then in like massive letters directly under that it says "Order from McDonald's."
Yeah,
then
exactly.
It goes into this statement.
Yeah, like it is mad that like they would be like, obviously McDonald's is their biggest rival. Not only that, but like McDonald's is one of the most profitable companies for
in
the
the
last
world.
60 years. I don't think I don't know if it's Coke or them, but I don't think they've ever dropped in value in their share prices. It's just been such a market leader in terms of like its profitability. It's like the biggest chain, most successful chain around the world, and the fact that like the main rival has to come out and say like, look, there's thousands of jobs at McDonald's at stake. That like if you don't continue to eat at McDonald's, you're going to see jobs lost. The fact that has come to that, and that Burger King would actually go out and actually tell people to like giant letters, order Big Macs.
Yeah,
like that's insane. I think we've accidentally stumbled on like a segment, because like last week we were talking about a police in the UK who delivered a pizza, delivered, I think it was a taco or kebab to a house after they caught a guy who's like DUI and didn't have a license, give him a false name. And now this week we have Burger King telling people to like continue to eat McDonald's. This is like our good news segment of the week.
It's like, I think we've like stumbled into a fucking parallel universe.
Oh yeah, like we've like this whole year is a parallel universe. This is a weird dream that we're all having.
This year has been written by Stephen King.
Yeah, exactly. This year, yeah, or else the creators are lost.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have an ending. No one knows where it's going, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go on way too long. Yeah, so like you say Stephen King, I say creators are lost. And if people who don't know what Lost is, you should probably watch the series, but you really shouldn't.
You should probably watch it, but don't.
Don't. You'll be horrendously disappointed by the end of it. Yeah,
that's another series I've never seen.
Oh, Lost. Like,
yeah,
fair enough. Like, it was all a dream.
Spoiler alert.
It was all a dream. They're already all dead. It's the ending to Lost. So there you go. Like, don't watch it. It is an iconic series at the time, but like, I just went on way too long, didn't it? I guess you would know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what did you do in that time? Like, you would have been in school, everyone would have been watching, you'd be like, I'm not watching, it's way too popular, fuck them.
Like, when was that?
Roughly 2007. Around 2007.
Yeah, so you see, I would have been in work. I wasn't even in
school.
I had left school.
Oh, that might have been the reason why you didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember we went to a place called Carlingford. It's up the north. It's like a venture centre. Well, it's a place in Northern Ireland, but the venture centre is in Carlingford. And like, obviously, we were all staying over there. It was like a weekend thing that school brought us somewhere, and like we convinced the teachers to find a TV to let us watch Lost, and there's 3 people watched, because like we couldn't go a full week be behind, because there was no catch up. There was like, it was either watch it at this time. There was no recording TVs. I sound like an old man. There's no recording in my day. You watch the show, you missed it, and you couldn't. Like, I think it was on a Sunday. I think the Saturday they used to have a catch up episode in case you missed out. But you'd have to wait a full fucking week in order to actually catch up. And then people be like, you're not getting through a week of people not spoiling Lost on you. So like it was that kind of shitness of like not pre-recording your series or watching it on demand or like Netflix, I guess.
Yeah, that was a mad time to be alive.
Yes, that was mad. And like, glad that we live in a nice, safe, normal time to be alive. But know what might make it easier? If you could get a cushy job that you could work from home. I think most people out there are looking for a cushy job that they can do from home. Like, because it saves getting on an infested bus full of coronavirus, save tracking into a workplace that's full of coronavirus, and like having to talk to other people who mightn't have coronavirus, but might just be pure dickheads. And if you feel that dredge of like going to a workplace and you would like a cushy job that maybe not pays the best, but pays all right for what you have to do, I might have the job for you, because there is a luxurious like wax company that is offering one lucky participant 24,000 a year to smell candles.
That's mad.
Yeah, it is. Like, so like, I guess if you're the sort of person who goes into a shop that sells smelly candles and
just smells candles all day,
and just like has to smell every single candle in the shop, like this could be the job for you. If you're the sort of person who like says the more smelly candles in my house, the better. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. This definitely wouldn't be a job criteria that I'd be like, it smells like a candle. It also smells like potpourri. Like, I wouldn't be able to decipher, ooh, this have a bit of an ash smell to it. It has a very cherry blossom flavour. I'd be like, potpourri.
It's a candle.
It's a candle, a smelly candle. I also equally think you'd be quite bad at this candle smelling business, Ken. And considering that your idea of a good smelling house is KFC scented.
Nothing wrong with KFC smell.
Yeah, but I don't think people of Sassy Wax would be looking to hire you as their chief candle smeller.
That's their tough look.
You're like, yes, it doesn't smell like fast food, but I guess if you're into that cherry blossom scented smell, this could be for you.
Yeah, if you like shitty nice smells.
Yeah, I guess if you're into that cleaning smell, I guess. But like 24,000 for like very minimal mental work. 24,000
minimal effort.
Yeah, like the company will basically, if you do get this job, the company will send you samples of newly created smelling wax things that they're looking to put out into the market. They'll send you about 5, I think, a month, 5 or 6 a month, and ask you to smell them, ask you to like test how long the scent stays in the room, how strong smelling it smells, if it's the right type of smell that it's promoting to be. So if it says potpourri, that smells like potpourri, and how strong it is. If it's too strong, you know, it's like fucking some of those smelly things that get like it sticks in the back of your throat. They're like really strong smelling, like probably to stop stuff like that happening. I think the gig is only on for 12 months. So you get every month you get 5 samples. So realistically, you could do it like one day a week for one of the weeks of the month. Smell candles, tell them how it basically smells. That's your week's work done, and within a year you'll get 24,000 a year. Hey, that's not that bad.
It's not the worst thing you could be at, like.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing you're at. Like I said, I think both me and you will like no longer, we wouldn't be in the runner for this type of job. I
wonder what kind of training is involved.
Yeah, like to give a kind of a description on like basically what their criteria for the, so if you're the type of person who can smell the ingredients of a meal without tasting it, just by the sniff, if you know the difference of ingredients in a wine by the smell, if you can smell out a bad odor before it gets too close to you, then you're the sort of person. So you have to have a really sensitive nose and be able to describe what you're smelling. Like me and you would, like we said, we've quite obviously a blunt nose and the smell, like strongly smell things like it smells potpourri, we would be like, oh, there's a kind of a ashy, kind of a perfumey smell or whatever.
Yeah,
Arseholes.
like surely people that have that kind of sensitivity are already in sort of fairly fancy jobs.
I know there's definitely wine like people out there that like smell wine, but you'll have a normal job. There's fucking ticks. You go, no, yes, there's like a kind of a bourbony, oaty smell of this. So imagine like I said, 24. If you can get like additional 24,000 a year on top of your own salary, like that's serious. That's like serious money that you could be making. Like, so you just keep your job and then just smell candles, and then you're making serious money. Like,
Like for smelling candles, right?
yeah, like 24,000 for smelling candles. So that's the criteria. Now they did say the job will also come with its own complimentary melting wax pot, which I kind of feel like if you don't already have a device to melt wax, it kind of rules you out. Like, that should be part of the job criteria. So, like, do you have your own wax melting pot? And if your answer is no, then obviously don't buy wax products to smell. And that should be one way of like ruling people out.
Well, people who are probably going to apply for it probably already have
A wax.
yeah, they probably like already have fairly big obsession with fucking smelly candles.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things that which I was also wondering is, obviously this is advertised as a job that you can do from home, and they're obviously going to send you out wax samples. Obviously, the time that we're living in now, travel to like a workplace like this is a work from home thing. How are they going to test how good your sense of smell is over the phone or on a Zoom call?
Yeah, that's maybe they'll send you out a sample already, and you have to smell it on your Zoom call and tell them what's in it.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll fly you over to their business and let's have like samples like, what do you make this smell? What's in this smell? Or yeah, maybe they'll just send you over little samples and you have to like little strips of paper that are sent it and you have to describe the scents to them.
Yeah, tell them what the story is.
Yeah, that could be actually a smart way of actually doing it. I also think it also looks like a bar of chocolate. Like they're like broken off into like little squares. Like it looks like a normal bar of chocolate. Obviously, they're different colors than chocolate. But they one of the things, if they could actually bring people to an office and interview, is just leave them in an empty room with the bars to stay there. And if they try to eat the bars, they don't get the job.
If they try to eat the bars, they don't get the job.
Yeah, they're like, so I want to see. To pick it up and they're smelling. They're like, yes, that's good. And he's trying to bite it. Get him out of here. Also, call a doctor.
Call a doctor.
Just have a doctor on standby. The one doctor that they probably shouldn't have on standby is our idiot of the week.
Yeah,
I couldn't let that segue past Ken.
Yeah, that was a good one. So, our idiot of the week. Have you ever like bought something and then realized, oh fuck, this isn't what I bought at all?
Yeah. I've like more quantity of things I bought, or like went for like bought a banana. I wanted to buy a bunch of bananas, and I ended up just one banana came to my house. I ended up trying to buy like a liter of cooking oil or like maybe 500 ml or whatever the standard bottle is, and 3 liters of cooking oil came to my house. The joys of online shopping, everybody.
How about have you ever somebody like haggled the price down?
Oh, I love haggling.
I'm going to buy this because I've got this down to a fairly decent price.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do on holidays. People like sunbathing. People like going to bars. I like haggling.
Well, these are two things that this doctor in India did. So he was approached by two guys. Well, I'm assuming he must have been looking for it to start with.
Yeah.
But two guys approached him with a lamp. And I know you're thinking like a lamp that you like plug in and you switch on. No. Think Aladdin. So they approached him with an Aladdin's lamp and told him it was magic and there was a genie in it and stuff. and it would cost him $200,000 to buy this off them, and he was like, nah, I'm not gonna pay that much for it. So he paid $41,000 for this thing, and then
chief negotiator.
yeah, and then like first of all, you should be asking. So if they're looking for 200, but they're willing to accept 41, that's a big price drop. There's something going on here.
Well, generally they know people like to haggle, so they ask for an insane. Have you ever, the lucky guys that are on like shop corners, and they start out and they're like, hey boss, do you want these sunglasses? €20, and you're like, fuck off, gave them €20, and you haggle them down to €5. He always wanted €5. Like if you're dumb enough to pay him €20 for those fucking sunglasses, like fair enough, he'll take your money, but like they have the minimum price that they want to sell it at.
Yeah, but like this magic lamp, anyway. When he realized that it didn't work, they promised that it would bring him wealth and health.
He already had like 40,000 to spend on a lamp, like cash, obviously.
When he realized that it didn't work, he complained to the police about it and claimed that they had brainwashed him.
Brainwashed him. All right, and did like what did the police do?
The police went and arrested the two men that sold it to him.
Yeah, and did he get his money back?
Well, they're awaiting trial. So
I guess it's false advertisement. Like if someone says to me like this will grant you 3 wishes, and it doesn't. That's why Red Bull can't advertise that it gives you wings. Like
they had this whole big fucking thing set up. Like so, he was treating a woman. They brought a woman to his surgery. Like so, they specifically targeted the doctor. Like
like he wasn't just like on a market like on Moore Street, and then it came across these two guys going, "Hey boss, do you want this magic lamp? Do you want magic lamp? Magic lamp, good." And he gone, ooh, magic. Like they actually said, oh, there's this guy who we think might want a magic lamp. He's a doctor.
They brought their mother to where he works, basically, and she started telling him about this Baba, which is like some sort of slang for like a god who lives in the lamp and basically performed like rituals and wishes and gave them whatever they wanted. And Aladdin apparently lives in the lamp as well. Then when he bought it, he was like, no, this is bullshit.
This fucking lamp doesn't work. I want my money back. I paid 40,000 for this. I guess like you're not going to say, oh yeah, this is a magic lamp. I want €15 for, or I want €100, £100 for, or whatever money he used. So they obviously said, if this is a magic lamp, we have to charge a lot of money for it, because then he'll believe that's a lot is actual magic lamp.
He asked for proof. He asked him to prove that it worked.
Yeah. So, see, he's smart. He's a doctor. He's an evidence-based man, and he wanted to prove that this magic lamp actually worked.
They managed to get somebody to pretend to be a genie.
Who also went to his surgery.
And this convinced him. And
wow, that guy should probably be like up for an Oscar. I kind of feel like that guy is like an undiscovered actor that one of the best actresses of our time that managed to convince the doctor that he was a genie, or she.
And then it says here that he didn't get his money back.
What? So the guys are going to jail, or they're waiting trial anyway.
Yeah.
But they're allowed to keep the 40,000. Like how long are they going to spend in prison? Well,
they probably spent the money.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. But like, how long are they going to spend in prison for? Like, pretend that they had a magic lamp? Like,
well, apparently they done it to some other woman as well.
All right, yeah. Because I know, like Ireland, they didn't have a magic lamp. They had like a person who made a woman buy 20,000 euros worth of like power washer equipment and chainsaws. And they're awaiting trial, and she got her money back though.
maybe he'll get his money back.
But I think they like cashed one of the checks. I think she gave them in like 20,006 checks, and she managed to like stop a few of the checks, but 2 of them got cashed. But like so like that is a crime, depending on where this took place. If it was in India or if it was like in like some other part of the world.
Yeah, like it's just. I thought that was prime idiot of the week.
Yeah, that finally we've like had a worthy content. Like our idiot of the week, we've been clutching at straws lately just to keep this like segment alive. That was like a prime example of what an idiot of the week was. That was a good find, Ken. But we must go on to a bucket list. So, as I like, just in case you're enjoying us, so you just started a podcast like 40 minutes in. At the start of the show, we were talking. Just one of those people that swipe right up to the end of a podcast. At the start of the show, we were talking about bucket lists that I've done when I was about 16, 17 in school, and it's gone missing. Oh, here it is. I've lost it again. And then, like, okay, the grammar is horrendous, even for, like, a 16-year-old, but, like, and the spelling's horrendous as well. But the bucket list was basically, it's a snapshot of, like, what was my mindset was as I was 16. So the first thing on my bucket list was win the lotto.
Win the lotto?
Yeah, win the lotto. And then with the lotto winnings, I was to go to Las Vegas, which I haven't done. I have not been to Las Vegas. I was going to go for my 30th. Me and my friends were always had this thing as soon as we start turning 30th, we go for one of their birthdays to Las Vegas. And I was always the first one to go and turn 30. So we were obviously going. So we were going to go. I always said to them, like, I'd love to go for my birthday, for my 30th birthday. And we just talked about this for years. Obviously, now we can't. So, but like, it's just one of those things we wanted to do. So I didn't go to Las Vegas. One thing I did take off it was like I went on a road trip. So obviously I drove around Iceland, and I've done a few road trips with my friends. I haven't gone to Hollywood, and I spelled Hollywood wrong. I spelled Holly HOLLE wood. Then and LA, as well as Miami, and Miami is spelled MIAME. So. Yeah, learn to spell. Compete in Gumball 3000. It used to be,
you were a Jackass fan.
Yeah, it used to be in Jackass, and it used to be on Extreme Sports. It was so cool. I actually went. The closest thing I actually got was they started a Gumball rally in Ireland, and I walked. I went to the starting day of it, and they had all the cars up there, and they had Gumball on all of them. I never got to go on the trip.
Yeah, I went to it last year.
I was just big into like Miami Ink. So there's ones like get a tattoo in LA Ink, get a tattoo in Miami Ink. Probably the reason why I wanted to go to Miami and LA in the first place is it's quite funny. There's like at the end, last thing is on the list is learn how to race car drive.
Well, you could do that.
I could still do that, but I just thought it was quite funny. But like, a lot of the things like on the list, like there's one like go to Russia. I don't want to go to Russia. I don't know what 16-year-old Mark wanted to go to Russia for.
Yeah,
30-year-old Mark does not want to go to Russia.
I would have had I would have been into going to Russia as well when I was like a teenager.
I wonder what was brainwashing us to wanting to go to Russia. So
what's up with Russia?
Actually, Russia has great content for us. We've like a strong relationship in Russia as well. So like, if we're big in Russia, we could go have a Shy Talk special to Russia. But like, it kind of got me thinking of like obviously of things that I wanted to do before, like maybe make a list of stuff that I wanted to do. So I was encouraged to create a list of 30 things to do while I'm still 30. So within next year that I'd have completed. And I've started on the list already. So, okay, before you turn 30, what are the big things, in your opinion, since you've already passed this big milestone, that you should have like accomplished by now?
I don't know. I haven't really accomplished anything.
you have your own house. So you have your own house. I know you didn't do that by the time you're 30, but you have your
Yeah.
own house. You're married. Like these are milestones that people might want to check off. You've gone to Las Vegas. That's
Yeah,
something that
I didn't do much like before I was 30 though.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
people say the stuff that you should do before you're 30, like you should be married and you should have a house and all this shit. But like, I don't know, does it really matter when you do those things?
I don't think you should be married before you. I think you definitely should wait till you're after you're 30 before you get married. I think you should like people should only get married after they're 30. That should not be a thing that you do while you're 30 or in your 20s. That's my opinion on that. So I think you're right not like to get married after you're 30. At least you know you're more mature, you're more set your mindset. If you're getting married and you're 21, you're a fucking idiot. It's going to end in divorce 9 times out of 10.
Well, nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, nowadays, like before when a marriage was illegal or divorce was illegal, you might fucking be lucky that she'd be stuck with you or vice versa. But like nowadays, people have choices. But would there be anything that like you would write down that you said, oh, you had to,
Well, like, I suppose before you're 30, you're going to want to like do, there's things that you're not going to want to do after you're 30. Like, you probably wouldn't have that much crack in the likes of Ibiza and stuff after you're 30.
Yeah, like I remember one of the big things that I wanted to do was, while I was still in my 20s, was go on a lad's holiday. And like I've done that before. I've done it twice now. And like we went to, I think we went to like, we didn't go to Ibiza. We went to, what's the one beginning with T? Tenerife. Yeah, we went to Tenerife. Yeah, it wasn't great. Like, it was
they're not really things that you're going to kind of do when you're...
Yeah, like if you're going on a lad's holiday to Tenerife or Ibiza or Santa Ponza when you're 32 and it's your first time, like like you're just going to be full of like 21-year-olds, 24-year-olds going on like a lad's holiday. Now I think I was like 27 when I went on my first lad's holiday. So like that's something that like I did later on, you know. So I've like obviously I was getting only started doing this list last few days. So what like things I have on things I want to do while I'm 30, and like this is just me, and it's kind of a snapshot into like the way my brain thinks, is like be able to do a handstand. I want to be able by the end of next year, end of November next year. I want to be able to comfortably be able to do a handstand.
That's a very Mark thing to want to do.
Yeah. Squat 140 kilos.
Oh Jesus!
Which is extremely ambitious. I think the most I've ever.
That's like twice your weight.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to squat twice my weight. Like I don't regularly squat as well.
I don't think I've ever seen you squat.
I don't know. I've definitely squatted. The most I've ever squatted was 110, which is pretty good. But like I don't know if I'll get to 140 ever. Like I think that's very, very ambitious. I might have to like employ a personal trainer and take long Mexican supplements if I want to actually achieve that one.
Inject some bovine blood.
Yes, I need bovine blood. Can anyone give me some cow's blood or like really aggro bull's blood? There's another like go to Kerry. Like actually, I could probably go to Kerry within a year. I put that one down to like I'm obviously not going to go on foreign holidays. Too many foreign holidays next year. I'm not going to put anywhere. Yeah. I said I better stick to like Ireland, and I haven't been to Kerry. Kerry looks quite nice. Shout out to anybody who's from Kerry in the podcast place. I also have sail a boat while drinking is on my bucket list of things that I wanted to do while I'm 30. Is I want to sail a boat while I'm drinking. I don't know why I've always wanted to do it. It seems like crack.
It seems like crack.
Go on a hot air balloon is another thing I want to do. Once again, is there anywhere even in Ireland to hot air balloon?
Possibly.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be very, very hard to keep 2 meters apart while on hot air ballooning.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Just make sure none of us have COVID. Yeah. Yeah,
You'll be fine.
get another tattoo, do a podcast live, which is something maybe we could do in the future, is also on. And then there's like, learn 3 new dishes and watch 5 new TV series I've always been meaning to watch.
That's not too like that. That's kind of achievable.
Yeah, I wanted to have on the list. I wanted to have things that obviously I could achieve. So I'm not looking when I'm 31 at like 30 things that I just didn't do. I want to be like, hey, at least like I remember in my old bucket list, I also knew that I probably should have easy, reachable goals. So like on my bucket list was have a ride in a like limousine, and by ride I mean like just go in a limousine, not have sex in a limousine. Maybe that can go on my next list.
Sex in a limousine.
Yeah, like I think everyone probably should at least attempt that at some point in their life. Good way to get kicked out of a limousine.
And did you achieve your goal with your limo?
Yeah, I went to my dad's. I went in a limousine.
Oh yeah, okay.
So like, yeah, like I think yeah. So I think having like easy, reachable goals, like the 5 series. I was kind of thinking like. I was going to say just like finish Breaking Bad, which is one that everyone, anytime I mention to people that like I haven't watched Breaking Bad, people like they get angry at me.
Yeah, like you should definitely watch and finish Breaking Bad.
And the reason why I don't have that, I changed to watch 5 series, is like I could watch it like and say, oh, I don't really like it. Like I'm watching Always Sunny, and it's all right, but people talk about Always Sunny like it is the greatest thing on earth. So just in case I don't like Breaking Bad, I will not say that. I'm not going to say, finish Breaking Bad. So I have to go through 5 series of pure misery just so I can tick off a list. But 5 series is that I want to watch. Like I always want to watch Sopranos.
Yeah, you should watch that as well.
Yeah, I always wanted to watch or start Orange is the New Black.
Never watched it.
Yeah, people always say Sons of Anarchy. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Ending shit, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Then there's Vikings. People say it's worth watching.
Vikings is good.
Yeah, and I don't know what I probably have to find under a few series that people keep telling me to watch. But yeah, I'm gonna watch 5 series that people have like obviously Normal People was another one that people have said that like I should watch, and yeah, I might try to find Normal People to watch. Don't even know what Normal People is on, but yeah. So I think that those are easy, and like learn 3 new dishes, like that'd be easy enough. I'd be able to knock that out within a year. So like that's my list. So like if people are listening on, I'm nearly 30, or I'm 29 now, or I'm 30, or I've just turned 30. So I know things of what people do. Message into us, and like we say, we'll either put them up on stories or we'll put them up. We'll revisit the whole topic of things that like everybody should have achieved before they're 30. So all the Shy Talk audience who aren't 30 know what they need to now accomplish before they're 30.
Yeah.
So far, all we have is going on lads holiday to Ibiza and learn how to handstand. We've set the bar pretty low and possibly have sex in a limousine.
Yeah, what else could you do when you're 30? Before you're 30, like there's nothing really that you should do before you're 30 that you can't do when you're 30 or over.
Yeah, like
there's just things that you're not going to really enjoy as much.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like you probably should have achieved something in your life, like some merit of success. Either that is like win a medal at something or become sufficiently good at something. I think you should have a skill. By the time you're 30, you should have skills.
The only real thing that I kind of I set myself for 30 was to have a blue belt.
Yeah, you have a blue belt now. You're 30. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think you should be competent at things by the time you should. So there's certain skills. Like I think you should be able to. By the time you're 30, you should know how to cook. You should be like able to live on your own. So you shouldn't be self-sufficient. So like you should be able to cook for yourself, know how to put a dishwasher, washing machine, and like all those things. You probably know how to fix 1 or 2 things around your house. Work a drill, change the tires. Another thing I think people should know how to do behind they turn 30. Know how to check your oil in your car. You should definitely know how to drive and stuff like that. adult shit. You should know adult shit, basically.
Like, even driving isn't even necessary, really.
Not anymore.
Depending on where you live.
Okay, like if you live in like New York or if you live in London or a place where you should know how to go on a subway. They are extremely complicated looking at. So I kind of like stuff like that you probably should know how to do. Yeah, you should probably know how to work online banking and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's like that's very low bar. You probably should have a job or a qualification also.
Yeah.
And possibly more than one job. You shouldn't like, you should, like if you've only had ever one job, you should probably look for like, unless you're really happy, unless you found your dream job, like maybe find something else or like even volunteer somewhere or.
So basically just quit your job.
Quit your job. Yeah, well, I think like if you just like came along, got a job when you're 18 and just stayed there until you're like 29 and you just hate it, just like change job maybe, tell your boss to fuck off.
Don't take advice from the Shy Talk podcast show.
A lot of 29-year-olds going around, fuck you dickhead, I've worked here for 10 years and I've been listening to your crap, go fuck you. And they're like, oh shit, now I have rent due, oh shite.
Yeah, oh balls.
One thing that I probably would say to people is you should probably be moved out of your house. That's one of the goals that I wanted to have before I turned 30.
When do you turn 30, Mark?
But like, do you know what? Maybe when I'm 31, I'll have my own house.
When are you 30?
25th November.
I see, like you're nearly there.
Yeah, I'm into the final few days. This fucking dreaded 2-year countdown shite. People going, oh, you're 27, close to 30. 28, oh, you're almost 30.
Yeah.
29, only one more year left of your 20s. Yeah, fuck you. We'll hit you
I
with a car.
hated turning 30.
Yeah, like, oh, do you know what? I don't really mind it now as much. Like before, like when I was 27, I was like, it was shit thinking about it. And then, like, because I think when you turn 30, when you approach turn 30, it kind of forces you to evaluate your life and evaluate, like, oh, what have I actually achieved? Or like, what am I doing in my life? Where am I going in my life? When will I move out of my house? And all these other little questions, like if you haven't moved out of your house. Then I was like, so I think it makes you to kind of evaluate yourself, and that's why like a lot of people in their 30s, obviously you don't need to have all these questions answered, like or all these things done, or like you're not everyone's going to have every ideal turn 30, you're going to have all these goals ticked off, but like I think it's good to evaluate where you are, at least maybe wake up and then you have to be like, you're now an adult, time to learn adult shit.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty good, and yeah, like we said, like if you have any suggestions, things that I probably should do before I turn 31, things that you thought was a must do before you turn 30, or things that you'd like to have achieved before you turn 30, let us know. We'll put them up on social media, or we possibly go back to it when we're always short for stories. So like to revisit our kind of what we need to do when we turn 30 list, or if there was weird things. Like I remember someone said to me, one of their goals was to have sex outside by the time they turn 30.
That's pretty achievable.
Yeah, I think they said they achieved it, so they're happy out with themselves. But like, I have a rule not to have sex outside. It's not. It's not like, I guess that everyone probably should do at least once, but like, yeah. But like, these are kind of conversations since I've created this list I'm having with people, is like stuff they've said to me, like, oh yeah, have sex outside, or learn how to become really good at knife throwing.
Well, that'd be pretty cool.
That's a cool skill to have. I used to try to do it when I was in my room, into my wardrobe. So is that something I might take up again? But like, I don't think, like I said, it would go down too well.
Mark, you're fucking 30.
You're gonna have that thrown in my face. Anyway, that'll be us for our show today. On that note, send us your suggestions of what people should do before they turn big 3-0. We'll get back to them as we always will. Our podcast will be out either Thursday, Friday, and if not, subscribe to all of us and like us on social media and spread the word of the Shy Talk Podcast show.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Shut up and sit down.